Hello everyone, today we will be looking at the solenoid regulator by SL-Aqua. This is a single gauge model. This is a CR01, okay, and this is a dual gauge model, CR02P. Right, so let me show you the box. Okay, this is the box for the CR01, the single gauge model. And then this is the box for the CR02P. This is a dual gauge model. Okay, alright. So what is included in the box is that of course the solenoid regulator itself. Okay, and it also comes with the detachable bubble counter. Okay, let me show you. Alright, detachable bubble counter. Right, if you don't want to use the bubble counter, right, you can simply take out this cap over here, right, and then you screw over here, and then you can use the accessories, other accessories that you are using. Okay, if you don't want to use the bubble counter. Alright, so to use the bubble counter, right, you need to open the cap here. Right, this to fill the water first. And make sure this O-ring doesn't disappear. Right, don't lose this O-ring. Right, if not, there'll be gas leaking. Alright, so make sure the O-ring is there, and then there's one O-ring inside here. I don't know if you can see it. It's a black color O-ring. Right, don't lose the O-ring. Okay. Okay, so what are the difference between these two is that this one is a single gauge, of course, I already told that, and this single gauge will only show the working pressure. That means the pressure, the output pressure, right, just the output pressure, right, whereas the dual gauge model, alright, dual gauge model, it has this gauge will be showing the pressure of the CO2 tank, okay, and this will be showing the working pressure. Right, what the best thing about having the dual gauge is that, right, this one will show the pressure in the tank. That means, say if your tank is getting less, alright, you know when is approximately when you need to refill. Okay, if this one you may need to maybe lift the CO2, and then you know approximately how can, if the tank gets lighter, then you know. But this one it's more difficult to tell when are you going to get when you need to refill. But usually if your CO2 tank lasts for 1 month, and that will be the time that you need to refill. Okay, so another thing is that, right, this one, it has this accessories is coming soon. Right, this is the manifold block. Right, is to expand. Right, it's to install over here. Okay, so if you have another tank, if you are going to have a second or third tank, right, you can just use this. Right, so you only need one regulator. It's like a splitter. So if you need one more output, just install one more manifold over here. Right, but from what I heard by now is that this accessory still is coming soon. Right, it's coming soon, but it's not available yet. Right, but coming soon. Okay, so when purchasing the regulator, you always have to make sure that the accessories are available, especially the O-ring that comes with it. Okay, often customer come to ask me about their regulator O-ring. I ask them, why don't you get the O-ring from the seller, right? They say the seller doesn't carry the O-ring, the original O-ring, so they can't get the accessories and they cannot use the regulator anymore. They have to go around and look for O-ring, right? This is very important because O-ring is very important. If you don't have O-ring, right, the gas is going to leak, and even if the regulator is not broken, it is functioning well, all right, but you cannot use it anymore because there will be gas leaking, right? So you have to check, always have to check before you buy regulator, all these accessories are available or not, right? You don't just think, oh, the regulator is very cheap, oh, I'm going to buy that, but after that, right, anything broken, then no accessories available, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you now is I'm going to show you how to adjust, right? Actually it's the similar, adjust the working pressure, then you adjust the fine tune valve. Okay, so I'm going to show you by using this dual gauge model. Okay, so first thing you always have to make sure is that you turn off this valve first, this fine tune valve. Okay, turn off first. Okay, so having adjustable working pressure regulator means that you can have more fine adjustment and more stable CO2 output, right? It's very important if you have planted tank. This stable CO2 output is very important. Okay, so if you don't have a stable CO2 output, right, it may cause algae, right? It may cause algae, right? So I'm going to show you now is to, right, so I'm going to turn on this first. Okay, already turn on. Alright, so now I'm going to adjust the working pressure. Okay, you turn clockwise, then you can see the gauge here. This will raise. Right. Okay, so usually you just adjust to 2 to 4 will do, right? 2 to 4 is better, right? One more thing good about this regulator is that even the working pressure is adjustable. There's a limit so that it's not over, the pressure is not too high. Okay, and this prevents maybe some of your friends or anybody at home that has itchy hands, right? If they adjust, all right, then something may break, your accessories may break, right? Maybe your head tube, maybe your diffuser, right? So this one has a limit. You can see I cannot adjust any further, I cannot go any further, right? So usually if you don't need very very fast output, right, you just adjust 2 to 3 will do, right? Unless if you have very big tank, then you may need to adjust up to 4, right? So 2, right, 2 will do, right? So now you start to adjust. You can see this very fine-tuned valve. Okay, let's say if you want more precise control, you can get lower, even lower. Okay, you can see this. All right, very fine adjustment. All right, this is a good thing about having a controllable working pressure. All right, see. All right, you want more, adjust higher, and this you can adjust higher as well. Okay, lower, then you adjust lower working pressure. Alright, if you have been struggling with getting the bubble count, exact bubble count that you want, right, you will notice, right, this working pressure adjustable is very important, alright, which most of the CO2 regulator in the market doesn't have, right? Even if they have it, but there's no limit, and it can be dangerous, right, if you don't have the limit. Okay, you can see here, right? So let's say you want even fine, even less bubble count, you can adjust very easily. Okay, this is like, I think, 1 bubble every 2 seconds, right? It's very easy to adjust. Okay, right, so I think that's all for this video, right? So I hope you like it. Alright, so we'll see you in the next video.